Hello, my name is Injoo, and for my project, I chose to do a video on The Spy Gone North. The Spy Gone North, or Gongjak, is a 2018 South Korean spy drama film directed by Yoon Jong-bin. Yoon Jong-bin graduated from Chungang University and is also known for directing Kundo, Age of the Rampant, Nameless Gangster, Rules of the Time, The Moonlight of Seoul, The Unforgiven, and Identification of a Man. Gongjak is based on a true story about Black Venus and stars Hwang Jung-min as Park Seo-kyung, Lee Sung-min as Lee Myung-woon, Cho Jin-woong as Chae Hak-sung, and Ju Ji-hoon as Chief Jung. The film began production on January 24th, 2017, and finished filming on July 25th of that same year. It premiered in South Korea on August 8, 2018, and in North America on August 17, 2018. The Spy Gone North is about an ex-South Korean military intelligence officer, Park Seo-kyung, becoming a spy to infiltrate North Korea. This film takes place in 1993 and is during a time in which the North Korean nuclear forces were becoming a potential threat. The lack of public information on such weaponry caused a lot of uncomfort among the world, South Korea in particular. The movie begins with Park Seo-kyung undergoing a several-year-long process in which the intelligence agency instructs him to basically ruin his personal life in order to build a strong facade to hide behind. He poses as an ambitious businessman who simply wants to earn more money, which is a trustworthy facade for the North Koreans since they believe in someone who's very simple-minded. After many meetings, Park finally gains the trust of a high-ranking North Korean officer, Lee Myung-woon. Park then makes his move by proposing a deal between the Koreas for an advertising campaign. This advertising campaign would be the first economical interaction between the Koreas in many years and signified hope in reunification. However, underneath the table, Park planned on using the commercial shootings as a cover to tour North Korea's nuclear facilities. Eventually, Lee brings up Park's plan with the Supreme Leader, who asks for a meeting between the three of them. After a scene where some drugging occurs and a close call with the head of security, Jung, Park finally finds his way to the Supreme Leader. The meeting goes well, and Park becomes close with the high-ranking officials in North Korea. The shooting for the advertising campaign then begins, and Park gets to tour cities near the nuclear facilities. During his tour, he is exposed to the horrors of the Supreme Leader as he passes by camps of impoverished people where even children play among corpses. Near the end of the tour, Director Lee introduces his family to Park, and an important moment in the movie occurs. Lee implies to Park that he's still unsure of whether Park is a spy or not. Despite that, however, he tells Park that because he has given his word to the Supreme Leader in favor of Park, that whatever Park does will reflect consequences upon Lee and his family. This moment shows how close Lee and Park have become, whether they meant to or not. This is also the first moment in the movie where Park is given some sort of internal conflict. On one hand, his South Korean officers are still advocating for him to act against the North and gain information. On the other hand, he's now friends with Lee and has even met his family, and he knows if he gets caught stealing information, not only will he be punished, but also Lee and his entire family will also suffer with him. To add on to this internal struggle, Park stumbles upon a secret meeting between his South Korean officers and his now friends Lee and Jung. His officers reveal a proposition in which North Korea stages an attack on a small South Korean base. Doing this would increase support for the current South Korean president, but at the cost of lives and any chance at current reunification. Park overhears this and then struggles with the ultimate question, why did I become a spy? He is now unsure of whether he should act for the North or the South, because the injustices and corruption of both governments have been revealed. He then takes action to stop the attack by meeting with the Supreme Leader once again with Director Lee. After convincing the Supreme Leader, the election goes in favor of the Liberal Party. This sparks vengeance in the South Korean officers, who release the information on Park's position. This news reaches Director Lee, who meets with Park and tells him to flee the country. Park finds his way out, and many years later, they finally meet again at a new commercial filming between the North and South. Personally, I thought this was my favorite movie among all the ones we watched this semester. I really thought the suspenseful atmosphere kept throughout the story was so fun, and that moments of high tension were really, really exciting, especially since this was some sort of like spy movie. These moments were enhanced even further with the soundtrack, the most memorable soundtrack being Dies Irae, being played while Park first entered North Korea. Dies Irae has a very menacing tone, with tension building at each phrase, so to have this playing while going deeper and deeper into North Korea was absolutely perfect. I also enjoy seeing the development between Park and director Lee, since their characters were both fighting for their own countries, but their countries were both corrupt, and so they were given this internal struggle that they held in common. Additionally, seeing that corruption in both the North and the South made the film much less black and white and gave for a more realistic story. The internal conflict in both Park and director Lee also reflected this and made for a more thought provoking and aware film. I got to learn a lot about the politics behind both countries, as well as the economic status of the North during the 90s, and I thought I really enjoyed this movie, and I'm hoping to see more with Hwang Jung-min and Lee Sung-min in the future. Thank you.